Hello, Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising, as well as Venus Time Travelers. Thank you very much for being here. This is your full moon in Leo message. As always, keep in mind that these are collective general readings. So you know the drill. As the messages come through today, just take the ones that fit and leave the ones that don't, because if it's not your message, it simply means that it is meant for another Virgo watching. And also be sure to check out your other placements. With all of that said now, my love, let's begin. Okay, for Virgo, what is the full moon in Leo message here for the Virgo collective? You have Falling Angel, Spiritual Narcolepsy, card number 19. Your Moonology card here is First Quarter Moon in Capricorn, Unleash Your Kindest Self. And your other Moonology card here is New Moon, Beginnings. Okay, tell me more about this here for the Virgo collective. Sun, Moon, Rising, as well as Venus placements. We are clarifying Falling Angel, Spiritual Narcolepsy, card number 19. First Quarter Moon in Capricorn, Unleash Your Kindest Self, and New Moon, Beginnings. Now, card number 19, 1 plus 9 is 10, and 10 is at an ending. So tell me more about this here. One more shuffle. Thank you. And then we have the New Moon, New Beginnings card. So let's see where we go with this message. We have the Four of Swords. We have the Tower. We have the Ace of Wands. There's your new beginning. You have the Eight of Swords. You have the Five of Wands. And you have the Sun card. At the bottom of the deck, you have the Fool, new beginning, Five of Swords, and the Seven of Wands, which you appear here to be resisting. Okay, let's see where we go with this message, my love. There's some gift here that you have that you are sleeping on. Now, Falling Angel card, Spiritual Narcolepsy. There's a talent, a gift here that you have. It doesn't have to pertain to spiritualism or one of the clairs, like being clairvoyant. There's just a gift that you have, right? We're all born with an inherent gift within us. And I feel like that Four of Swords to the Eight of Swords, you're sort of sleeping on it, or you're not noticing it, or you're not acknowledging it, or you're not tapping into it. The First Quarter Moon in Capricorn, Capricorn is ruled by Saturn. And a very high vibrational Capricorn is someone who is very determined to succeed. And so there's something here with unleashing your kindest self, the Tower to the Five of Wands. I feel like this is because there's an internal conflict here within you. And I think the internal conflict is you're missing out on tapping on this gift, or fully utilizing this gift here that Source has given you. So if you can identify this gift and then be kind enough to yourself to explore it, or to implement it, or to move forward with it, it brings in this beautiful new beginning of the Ace of Wands to the Sun card. Now you seem to be a little resistant to do this. So let's see what this is all about. Tell me more about the Four of Swords to the Eight of Swords. Tell me more about this here. One more shuffle. Thank you. This is being clarified by Two of Swords, the Three of Wands, and the Emperor. Bottom of deck, Five of Cups. You have an inherent gift. And it could be anything. I mean, it could be musical. It could be the way you care for people. It could be the ability to speak. Perhaps you have something that you see as a handicap, but it's not really a handicap. You could actually share your experiences with it with others. Again, it would improve or help the collective, or aid the collective in some way, but it would also create financial wealth for you as well. So there's a gift here that I want to say you either haven't recognized it, or if you have recognized it, you're not fully tapping into it, like you're not fully utilizing it. And that Four of Swords is like you're sleeping on it. The Eight of Swords, you're really not seeing it. The Two of Swords, even if you know that you have the gift, or you have the ability to do something, that Two of Swords, you're sort of like closing yourself off from moving forward. But I feel like if you were to move forward in this direction, if you were to open up this gift, I mean, you have the Ten of Cups and Ten of Pentacles here in the Sun card waiting for you. I'll see if I can clarify that more in a minute. Let's clarify the Five of Wands to the Tower. One more shuffle here. Thank you. This is clarified by the Ace of Swords, Judgment, and the Hermit. Well, there you are. You are the Hermit in Tarot. Yeah, there's something here. There's, and again, it could be the ability to speak, the ability to write, the ability to share your story or your experience. It could be reading tarot, being a spiritual guide. This could be like having a podcast talking about sports or guns or automobiles or whatever, pocketbooks. There's something here. You have a gift, and you possess knowledge in addition to that gift. And if you were to take that gift and take the knowledge that you have in regards to a particular experience that you've had in your life, and you combine those two together, one, you would help heal the world or enlighten the world or inform the world or to keep the world better educated or more educated. But it also, in return, creates financial wealth for you as well. So I'm trying to think of an example that I can give you. Okay, I don't know her name, so if you do, you can drop it in the comments. But there's a young woman. I'm going to say she's probably in her 20s or 30s. I don't particularly know, so please don't judge me if I got that wrong. I'm 52, so anyone younger than me is considered a young woman. Okay, she's a younger woman, and I believe she has Tourette's syndrome. Okay, and instead of staying small and staying in her own little bubble, she has a TikTok channel, I believe has several 100,000 followers, if not more. And she produces these videos. And while there's a very small selected group of the population who probably watches her videos to laugh, that's not her intended purpose. The intended purpose is to bring awareness to this syndrome that she has and how it affects her life. But she'll post anything from going to the movies or how she makes a particular drink recipe that she likes. And again, it's taking this experience that she has with this syndrome, using her ability to communicate with the world about it. And yeah, are you going to have a small group of the population mock you or make fun of you or watch it to laugh? Sure. There are people who watch my videos who don't like it, who critique it and criticize them. And I get tons of hateful comments and emails, and I just simply don't let them bother me because I know I'm fulfilling my mission and my purpose. And so some people are going to not like that. That's okay. It's just not, my readings are not for them, or I'm not for them, or I'm not the reader for them. And I'm quite comfortable with that. But there are people who it is helping. And so I think there's something like that where you have gained knowledge, gained experience. It could be in the loss of a child. It could be in childhood trauma, divorce, recovery, how you came back from a financial deficit. Maybe you did some hard time in jail, and there are experiences about that, about the whole prison process in the region or state or country of the world that you live in. I just feel like you have a very unique set of circumstances surrounding an experience or experiences that you have. In addition to that, you possess a God-given gift, a universal given gift to you. And if you were to utilize that gift and draw upon your experience to share that experience or your knowledge or how you overcame something or how you deal with something or, how you healed over something that happened to you, I think there's something massive here where you become a teacher for the collective. But again, it creates financial abundance for you as well. And I just think with this Page of Wands, there's something here about you're sleeping on an opportunity to utilize a skill, tap into your experience, share it with the world, and create abundance for yourself. And this full moon in Leo is calling upon you to shed away any doubts, fears, or anxieties you have about doing that. It's asking you to shed away sleeping on this gift or this dream or this goal. If you're a Virgo and you have ever wondered why all of these terrible things have happened to me, right? If I'm speaking like you, well, did you ever stop to think that it was so you can have gained real world experience on those topics and issues and circumstances, and now you can teach the collective how to come through them, how to overcome them, how to handle them. There's another gentleman on YouTube. I don't know his name either. I'm so sorry. He's an older gentleman, and he produces videos on what it's like for him and his wife to live on a fixed income as a retirement couple in the United States. I don't think he has many subscribers. I want to say somewhere between 30 and 40,000. It could be more. I don't know. He's not at the 100,000 mark. I know that much. But he is able, again, he's sharing his real world experience. This is what it's like to be two seniors in the United States of America on a very tight, strict, fixed income budget. These are the foods we eat. This is how we plan. This is how we save. And it's, it's very insightful. And it helps, again, it's using current knowledge, his ability to speak, and producing these videos using nothing more than a cell phone. Pops them up on YouTube. It creates a little extra revenue for them, which I'm sure really helps them as two seniors who are, you know, not terribly struggling in the United States, but, you know, like most seniors, are living on a very strict fixed income. And so I'm sure that supplemental income, even if it's a few $100s a month, are helping them. So there's something like that. If you're wondering why you have experienced something, it's so you can now speak to people about that experience. And I think you're just sleeping on it, and Source is asking you to wake up and utilize your knowledge to help the collective. Tell me about that Ace of Wands to the Sun card. One more shuffle here. Thank you. Thank you. We're going to take it. Came out sideways. Ten of Swords sideways. There's something about taking all of the, again, the betrayals, the hardships, and not seeing them as betrayals and hardships, seeing them as lessons. You can start to turn this around and teach the collective, if you will, how to heal from them the same way you healed from them, how to overcome them the same way that you overcame them. And so I think you're sitting on a pile of experience which derives itself from pain, but you're not realizing that's your ticket or key to success. You have the World card to, literally, you can't make this up, to heal the world, to help the world. And even if it only helps one person, there's a domino effect that occurs. Page of Wands, bottom of the deck, Two of Wands. There's, again, I don't want to keep repeating myself, but there's something here that you have experienced. And look, we are now living in the world of AI technology. And although it's useful in some ways, right? I pop up my videos on YouTube. I don't know how to speak 30 languages, therefore I can't translate my videos in 30 languages. But YouTube gives me the ability to do AI language generation, right? To interpret my readings in 30 different languages. So great, let them do that. And they use AI audio dubbing to do that. And now the message can get out to more people. That's a good way to use technology. But at the end of the day, people want realness. People want to know that they're speaking to someone and they're obtaining knowledge or tips or tricks from a real person, not some computer generated individual who's, you know, talking to them. Again, there's a time and a place for AI. There's a time and a place for those types of avatars, if you will, to enter our world. But at the end of the day, people want real world experiences from real world human beings, from real people. And I just think you're missing the mark on this, and you're not seeing a tragedy that you had as that the reason why you went through it, or I should say one of the reasons why you went through it, was you are now in the most advantageous place you can be to help the world by sharing your story. Clarify that Sun card. One more shuffle here. Thank you. The Sun card, the Knight of Cups, the Knight of Pentacles, and the Ten of Pentacles. I'm telling you, you're sitting on a pot of gold. On a pot of gold that came from pain, or again, something that you have that you were born with, like that woman I spoke with the Tourette syndrome. There's something like that. And I think you're not seeing why you have it or why you went through it, but the reason why you're ruled by Mercury was to use communication to share the story. And I think if you give with a little bit of love to the collective and share that experience, it comes back to you with long-term sustainable financial wealth and abundance. And you go right to the Ten of Pentacles. I had a family member get arrested in, I guess it was August or September of last year. And he was convicted, and so he entered the prison system. And I wanted to learn about the whole process and the facility that he was at. And what I discovered via YouTube were there were many individuals that were formerly incarcerated in those facilities that had went through the process, that now took all of that knowledge and created YouTube videos so people like me can watch and see what my family member was going through, or what those facilities were like, or what the processing was like. And it again, they took a terrible experience. They did something bad, obviously, right? Because they were convicted. And a lot of them pled guilty. So it's not like they were wrongly convicted, you know, but again, they made a mistake or a poor judgment and error. It sent them down a life path they weren't experiencing. But now post coming out of that, they're able to share their story of not just the whole prison system, but the lessons they learned, how they changed their lives, how they were able to get a job after being incarcerated, you know, every step of the way, how they rebuilt their lives. And it's quite inspirational. And again, I only wanted to see what he was going through and, you know, the type of facility he would end up with in the process. I ended up following some of these people because I'm learning things off of them now that have absolutely nothing to do with the prison system in the United States of America, you know, because now they're just inspirational videos for me to watch. And so I like those types of stories. It's a type of human contact, human interaction that you're not going to get from AI. You're not going to get from an avatar. You're not going to get from some Hollywood movie script. It's real, right? It's raw and it's real. And so there's something like that here that if you, it's a gift you have, and it may not look like a gift, or when you went through it, it wasn't a gift, or again, a medical ailment that you have, or I hate calling it handicap, but you know, whatever term that you want to use, it's actually, you were, I keep hearing you're gifted it, and I know that's such a terrible thing to say, but you were gifted that experience so you can heal the world. I'm going to leave it at that because I don't feel like I'm getting the correct wording, but you are smart enough, I believe, to get the message that is coming through today. Anything else on the Emperor here? You needing to step into the Emperor role, to wake up, because yes, you are sleeping on this gift, my love. One more shuffle here. Thank you. Anything else on the Emperor? The Seven of Pentacles, the Ace of Pentacles, and the Eight of Cups. I'm telling you, emotional loss, emotional despair, could be financial loss with that Eight of Cups to the Ace of Pentacles. The Seven of Pentacles could indicate here that you have a lot of experience, maybe a lot of experience dealing with narcissists. You know what I mean? Whatever it is to you, if you were to put it together in a book, in a audiobook series, on a YouTube channel, on a TikTok channel, again, whatever medium you want to use, speak at just your local community group or church group. Again, it causes this ripple effect throughout the world to heal the world. And in the interim, it also, like I said, creates long-term financial growth for you as well. Just saw the Judgment card there again at the bottom of the deck. So let's wrap up your reading now. There's something you have experienced, my love, and it has given you insight and knowledge that no one else could have, that no computer-generated program could come up with. Yours is real and it's raw. And if you were to be bold and brave enough, which I've no doubt that you are, to put it together in a manner where you can share it with the world, you will be rewarded for that. It's like by healing the heart of the world, Source will heal your financial troubles. One more shuffle here. Thank you. Your advice on this, my dear. We have the Hierophant, the Ace of Cups, and the Four of Wands. Bottom of the deck, the Hanged Man. Think about this. Think about what it is that you have learned, because you have institutional spiritual knowledge on something that other people don't have. They're suffering, but you overcame that suffering some way, somehow, or you're in the process of overcoming it. But either way, sharing it with love to the world in that Ace of Cups, it's like the gift you give to the world is returned back to you via stability. A structure, stability, harmony, your life truly being in alignment. Your 5D purpose then blends with your 3D reality. And I think it's time for you to step up to the plate and move forward. This is your mission. This is your purpose. And your call to action here is to begin now. That is what I have for you, Virgo. Quite the powerful message there for you, my dear. That is your full moon in Leo message. If you like that message, it resonates with you, you want to claim all or part of it, please be sure to click like, share, comment, and subscribe. Hype the video if you're able to do that. Thank you once again for being a time traveler. And until I read for you again, I'm wishing you light, love, and peace.